Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us to discuss the Terrebonne Parish School District Special Education Program are Blaise Pellegrin, Erica Lambert, Kay Miller, and Erica Pellegrin. I want to thank you for joining us tonight and taking time out of your schedules to be here to go ahead and discuss the special education program and some updates going on. First off, we have Mr. Blaise Pellegrin, who is the Supervisor of Special Education Services. Can you give our viewers an update of some of the projects and goals that you have with the special education program this past year?
Yeah, one of our goals for this coming school year, especially going into next year, is we want to create programs that are going to, of course, focus on academics, but then also create independent opportunities for our students to expand their skills and then also to be able to be part of an inclusive community. On our high school side, we're really trying to focus more on our transition plans so that we can create that handoff between our school system and potential employers and careers after they get out of high school.
And what are some of the activities that the special education program put on this year?
Okay, this past year, we were able to put on some activities that kind of align with those programs that we just mentioned, or our goals that we just mentioned. One of them was our adapted Easter egg hunt, which we'll have one of our people talk about. And then another one was we were able to get an interagency agreement signed with TARC, Terrebonne ARC, so that we can have some of our students participate in their job training program as well.
Good. Like to see that, improvement and that, change. Right. Erica Lambert is also joining us tonight. She is the parent who organized the Easter egg hunt that Mr. Pellegrin just spoke about. Miss Erica, how did the Easter egg hunt come about?
So a couple of years ago, the parish put on an egg hunt, and I got in touch with Dean and said, can I do one for the special needs kids? As a mom of special needs kids, it was important to me. And he said, absolutely, do what you have to do. And so I did it. And so this past year, a fellow APE coach came up and, said, wouldn't this be great if it was a field trip in the school system? I was like, sure, you get the approval, I will do it. And lo and behold, we got the approval. And so we were able to put it on this year. It was amazing. I mean, it was just, we worked together as a team, and that's what it takes. I mean, we needed everybody, their ideas. I know it from a certain, my kids are in wheelchairs, so I know that aspect of it. But working with the APE coaches, they work hand in hand with these kids every day. And so we were able to really just come together and meet the needs of these kids and put on an East Side Day and a West Side Day. And it was a dream come true.
That is awesome.
So yes.
So I'm seeing the video, displaying on the screen right now. What did the Easter egg hunt offer to these students?
So the Easter egg hunt was 14,000 eggs, and certain eggs had balloons attached for those with mobility issues. And then we also had beeping eggs, which you turned them on right before they started, and that was for our visually impaired kids. So there was something for everybody, because the goal of it is for them to be as independent as possible and just to be themselves. They're so, if they didn't want to hunt the eggs and they just wanted to run around or utilize the resources, that was perfectly fine. It was just a chance for them to be who they are and enjoy the day.
I mean, it's definitely unique, and I love it. I love the idea. Who were some of the sponsors for this event this year?
So as far as sponsors, I had some friends donate. We had companies come out, like MedCamp of Louisiana came out, OCDD office came out, Special Olympics came out. So all these agencies came out who work with special needs kids and or their families. We also had like PDHC, anything that is in that and we can work with, we want them out there, because the goal also is not only for these kids to have the best time ever, but to give all these families resources that are out there to utilize. They might not need it right now, but in the future, if they need it, then they have the pamphlet to say, oh, wait, I need help in this department. I have this.
And what other organizations would you guys like to be a part of it?
I think just from around the state, I mean, we had a couple that were out of town. One came from West Monroe to be a part of it. So anything and anybody who specialize in special needs kids and families, we want them out there. And there are a couple of others, like we can get some dentist offices and certain, people like that who work with special needs kids. So.
And I really like, it was definitely well thought out. I like how, the different eggs and the beeping eggs and the balloons. That is awesome.
This one made me think a lot because I never thought of beeping eggs until I was thinking about certain kids. And I was like, oh my goodness, they need to be able to do it too. Mm-hmm. We can't put this on and not have it for them.
And I would imagine this is something that you guys plan to hold from year to year.
As long as Blaze says yes, we are doing it.
We are doing it.
It was the first annual.
Yes, absolutely. Also joining us tonight, we have Miss Kay Miller, who is an adaptive physical education teacher and the Special Olympics coordinator. What events are we looking to offer to Terrebonne Parish School District students, and when might we be looking for these events to be held?
Well, we're going to start next school year, so that'll be our first year doing it. And in the fall, which we're thinking October, we will offer bowling. And then in the spring, we're thinking March, beginning of March, we will offer track and field.
Nice. So what kind of stage are you in right now? What are the, planning?
We are talking with the Special Olympic coordinators for the state. We're getting information from them. We're looking into, I didn't realize how much law enforcement is involved in it. So we're in touch with the sheriff's office, Houma PD, and the state troopers because they're going to do the torch run with us. So when we open it up for the track and field, they are going to help us do that, and they'll run in with the torch and we'll light it at the stadium. So that's where we're looking into, again, some community involvement, and everybody seems to be very excited about it.
And I know you, speaking of community involvement, do we have any other types of community involvement that is
We
needed?
are going to be asking for businesses, whoever wants to come and help sponsor stuff. We're going to need equipment to start, having the kids practice with their teachers and their coaches. So any sponsorship we would take, with joy.
And how would they contact you guys to provide, some type of sponsorship?
They can call me. My number is 985-688-3392, or they can contact Special Ed office and they can get the information to me, and I will contact them back. I would love to have a lot of businesses be part of our first annual Special Olympics.
Perfect. I love these ideas. These ideas are awesome.
And as we get closer to the event, we're going to need help, of course, on the day of the events to help, especially with the track and field, because you need people to volunteer that are going to help to run those different events. So we're looking for all kinds of sponsors and help.
Yeah. And we can have you back on the show at some point. You can go over the details once we have more,
Definitely, yeah. The one I went and look at another parishes, and they had volunteers, and you don't have anything. You just have to have like a little mini, little session, 30 minutes before, and you can help time. We had timers. We had people helping mark off the field when they were doing the throwing. So there's a lot of ways for businesses to get involved, even if it's not monetary donations. It could be just their time.
Like I said, we can definitely go back into detail. It sounds like, it will be perfect.
Yes.
Thank you for that information. I know, Mr. Pellegrin, you mentioned that there's an interagency agreement between Terrebonne Arc and the Terrebonne Parish School District. Can you tell us a brief, statement about that?
The purpose behind that is to allow our students, especially our high school students that are close to transitioning out of school and into the workforce or into the community, to go into some of the businesses that TARC has, and learn and practice job skills. So they're going to open their businesses up. We've got two in particular. I'll let Ms. Pellegrin talk about that in a little while. That will be able to stage some trips and give students those opportunities.
Well, good. Speaking of Ms. Pellegrin, we have Ms. Erica Pellegrin, who is the Terrebonne Arc Director of Community Engagement and Marketing. Can you go ahead and tell us what businesses will be involved in this partnership and what skills will students be exposed to during these trips?
Absolutely. Terrebonne ARC, we're actually one of the leading agencies of our kind in the United States. So we're very good at social enterprises, and that's mission-driven businesses. So we teach employment skills to adults with disabilities. So we're very excited to partner with the school district in helping a move-in ready model where it's going to be a pilot program, but they'll be able to access our Cajun confections and our Cedar Chest boutique. So we have a food service model along with a retail business. So it's helping students that are looking for opportunities once they leave high school and to figure out their interests and leaving high school and going into the workforce with job skills that they have learned in real time in real businesses in a supportive work environment. So they'll be learning all kind of job skills. They may be helping make our famous tea cookies at Cajun Confections or learning how to wash dishes, working the drive-through. And if they may be working at our Cedar Chest boutiques, they can go through donations. They're also working with customers. They're sorting clothes, identifying different merchandise that they can put out on the store floor. So they have these opportunities to get those skills and to say, hey, I love this, or this is not for me. I might want to pivot and do something else. As Mr. Pellegrin was saying, it's not the end all to start, finish at TARC, but like to be employed in the community in some way. But we want to partner, help, this pilot program, and we're very excited to partner with the school district on this.
It definitely sounds like they're going to get some valuable experiences from that. Speaking of that, what do you, as far as TARC, hope to gain from this agreement?
We hope that we're educating our community that all people, regardless of, diagnosis, can be active participants in our community inclusiveness. Everyone has access to employment or living a meaningful life. And that's what we are trying to do and expose our community in Terrebonne Parish and throughout, have a ripple effect that anyone that desires to live their dream, we can help make that happen.
Well, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Unfortunately, we were out of time, but you did provide some wonderful information. And I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.